The name Threepwood will still be etched in the conscience of anyone who experienced this epic Amiga adventure game. Piracy and high adventure on the Spanish Main. The Secret of Monkey Island. Designed and created by Ron Gilbert. Monkey Island has a deep, dark secret, and the only person who stands a chance of uncovering it is Guybrush Threepwood, namely you, the star of this animated adventure set on the high seas amongst the rum types and grog drinkers of pirating legend. You see, deep in the Caribbean lies Melee Island, ruled by the governor Elaine Marley. The cruel pirate LeChuck is deeply in love with her, so deeply that he refuses to accept his own death. As a ghost, he dwells with his undead crew somewhere near the mysterious Monkey Island. Meanwhile, a young fellow named Guybrush Threepwood is determined to become a real pirate. At the SCUMM bar, he meets 3 pirates who tell him he has to complete 3 difficult tasks in order to be worthy of this title. But as Guybrush is trying to complete these tasks, he encounters the lovely governor, and this meeting changes his life forever. Risking to incur the wrath of LeChuck, Guybrush has to prove his wit is as sharp as his sword, and figure out a way to foil the Ghost Pirate's plans. You begin the game as an adventurous young lad who longs to be a pirate, but must master the necessary skills, crew a ship, and set sail for Monkey Island. It's a rollicking tale of boldness, spiced with crushingly funny puns and humour that's slightly twisted yet completely jocular and brilliant. At the start, Guybrush is just an ordinary bloke, found atop a lookout post professing his wish to learn the secret skills of seaborne stealing. Armed with only the ever-sharp point of the mouse cursor, you must guide him through this graphic gauntlet, choosing the proper places to visit, the right replies, and the correct kit to carry. He will have to walk, talk, and fight if his dreams are to be fulfilled, and all controlled through a point-and-click mouse interface. To bring Guybrush down from the lookout post into the town, you simply have to click on the edge of the screen and off he walks. Then keep clicking until he reaches the SCUMM bar, his first port of call. Select Open from the action menu, slap a click on the door, and he's in. It's that simple. Once inside, he'll find a crowd of carousing cutthroats, many of whom it's advisable to converse with. Again, click Talk To out of the actions list, pick a pirate, and he's off. When the gossip about pirating begins, you're given a list of questions or response that the young Threepwood might say. One click, and it's talking time. Guybrush has to find out how to become a pirate, and then actually fulfill these criteria. This all takes place in the first section, which is based on Melee Island, a sort of retirement home for scared pirates. Guybrush nips around collecting apparently useless items, robbing not-so-innocent shopkeepers, and fighting anyone with an insult in the brain. 5 minutes into Monkey Island, anyone who has even the slightest spark of wit will be hooked on this game for good. Many computer games profess to have humour, but Monkey Island uses its excellent presentation to bring out the slapstick. Preset graphic sequences cut in whenever specific aims are reached, and all possess a self-mocking, tongue-in-cheek edge. Sword fights are not won by the sharpest blade, but by the sharpest wit, and here the pirates trade insults and not blows. Throughout the game, historical anachronisms and gratuitous plugs for Loom, the game's immediate predecessor, crop up in the SCUMM bar. Keeping the humour very much in check is a well-honed adventure tale that gets progressively tougher. Lucasfilm are, after all, professionals at this sort of thing, after the Indiana Jones adventures, Zack McCracken, and Loom, for example. As the tale unfolds, it becomes apparent that all is far from well among the freebooting folk. The biggest, baddest and deadest pirate of them all, LeChuck, now stalks the Caribbean, preventing all honest thievery as his ghost ship keeps all the scurvy dogs corralled on Melee Island. The solution to this dismal state of affairs must lie on Monkey Island, which is where Guybrush will have to head once he's completed the first third of his quest. The tale is long, witty, and well worthwhile waiting for. The puzzles that make Monkey Island such a fantastic adventure game are as vicious as the humour. As one gets you screaming in annoyance, the other seems to comfort and cajole, but it will still have you tearing your hair in some places. The game uses the SCUMM system, originally developed for Maniac Mansion, also by LucasArts. It is a point-and-click adventure at its finest, and the characters we get to know will reappear all through the series in the most unexpected places. Humour of the series is extraordinary, and the combat system where you need to think of insults and appropriate responses to them instead of having an action system is legendary. As Threepwood travels through the islands, he collects the items that are needed to solve the fiendish puzzles. The inventory at the bottom right of the screen shows what he's carrying and can be scrolled through to find the required object. Solving the challenges is not just a question of logic, imagination is vital. For instance, when Guybrush goes to the circus and meets the Fettuccine brothers, they need someone to test their human cannonball. Unfortunately, they won't let Guybrush near the cannon unless he's wearing a safety helmet, and of course, there isn't one on the island. Ingenuity supplies the answer. Use a metal pot instead. As with many Lucasfilm games, Monkey Island doesn't punish you with instant death for making silly mistakes. Usually there's always a second chance, and danger zones are clear. Still, it's imperative to save frequently, as there's always a point when you realise you've forgotten something vital earlier on. Therefore, making sure you save on a regular basis, so backtracking is an option. Visually, this game is impressive, and it's the little touches that stand out. Facial expressions, animals acting in a realistic or silly fashion, and a host of other details are a delight to watch. The music is also of a very high calibre, with calypso and reggae ditties playing in the background. Yet it's the quality of the play that makes this a winner. The challenges are always quirky, original and amusing, but not pitched so high that novices will become discouraged earlier on. I especially like Stan, the flashy and anachronistic ship salesman who loves to haggle over the price of one of his decrepit vessels, or previously owned craft, as he likes to call them. When the action moves to Monkey Island itself, things really start to hot up, and the story, as well as the graphics, moves up a gear. Humour aside, this game does have a great sense of adventure, if not scale. The locations you explore on both islands are not very large, and there's only so much you can do at each location to help move you along. This also means that the story itself isn't very long. Once you complete all 3 trials, all that's left for you is to create a crew, purchase a ship, sail to Monkey Island, and rescue the governor. To be fair, although it doesn't sound like a lot to do for players, the developers managed to stretch out these plot points so that you wouldn't finish each section right away. It certainly won't be the case if you're a brand new player and have no reference or guide to help you along to finish the 3 trials. Before the surprisingly epic tale is through, Guybrush must confront a terrible hand-eating beast, perform a jailbreak, cook up a voodoo spell, meet a fourth wall-breaking hermit, get captured by vegetarian cannibals, and explore the depths of what may or may not be hell itself. If adventures are your thing, or you fancy trying something with humour, challenge and style, I recommend this as a great game to while away the evenings, as The Secret of Monkey Island can easily be considered a milestone in gaming history. Just don't forget the grog. It was among the games that really placed the adventure genre above the rest of the gaming experiences, and to be honest, whenever I think about my younger years playing on the Commodore Amiga, this game is one of the first games that flash into my memory. Absolute pure nostalgia. Despite not having played the game for years, I still found it all came back to me as I played through, with solutions that were once arcane, now unexpectedly popping up fully formed, subconsciously summoned from some warm fuzzy pits of nostalgic memories. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sure, like myself, you love this game. In fact, it's extremely difficult to say anything negative about the game. So, please hit the like button and maybe share this on your social platforms if possible, because believe it or not, there are probably some people out there who have never even played Monkey Island before. Imagine that. If you could go back in time and play this again, for the first time. Lucky swines. Please do consider hitting that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you on board. There's a lot of games out there to explore, and it's games like this one that really spur me on. They were just absolutely legendary. So, I'll once again say thank you. I appreciate the support and look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Until then, bye for now.